What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and my god, he got incredibly salty today. He lied today about making something popular. He goes on to lie about WWE champions again and more. But first, we have Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs, who shows how lazy Phil actually is, and Phil wonders why he's bad with money. One of my favorite comments DSP ever made was talking about buying Jasper toys, and he said he stopped buying them because Jasper kept losing them under the sofa, and he said, "What am I supposed to do? Move the sofa?" Yes, Phil, you move the sofa. Peak laziness. Can you imagine every single time the toy goes under the couch, and your first thought is, I'm too lazy to move the couch, I'll just buy a new one. Imagine what Jasper's thinking. He's like, this lazy fucking son of a bitch. Then here's a throwback from Meow Blocked. Never forget, DSP is a joke to everyone that knows who he is. Then we see Twisted Legends, the support hunter. If at first you don't succeed, it's because of hacks. He's cheating. I'm lagging. The game is dumb. My controller broke. My family distracted me. It's my first game. And then we see a response from the official Xbox account, and they simply reply with, "Okay there, DSP." And then imagine in 2024 trying to clickbait a 2011 game by not spoiling it. As we see, he's doing his LA Noire remaster, and he puts a question mark over a person's face, and the title says, "Dahlia Killer revealed and caught, but then a twist." And look at that, 95 views in 22 hours. And then DSP has mapped out his next 6 months on DSP Throwback. As he puts out this 11-minute video, 6 month channel update, upcoming plans and feedback needed from June 30th, and 78 views in 2 hours. Then we get the pre-stream, and again, Phil, instead of starting his stream, has to chat and stall and waste time. Am I early? I guess so. They changed YouTube again. Everything is rounded and ugly, lol. Yeah, just like your wife, Phil. And then we have Steve of the Bed. This fucking guy. DSP Gaming. This is like showing up to a movie theater an hour early and complaining the movie isn't starting up, lol. The generation of instant gratification entitlement continues, I guess. Remember, this is DSP talking about someone else. Well, for an entire generation that's been coddled their entire life, asking them to understand a schedule is like asking them to design something using advanced astrophysics. Then DSP put this up. There are nothing but W's here. It's been a good 2024 so far. He's more delusional than I thought. Remember the whole rant about the spoon and Argentina? But it's all W's, Phil. Then, ladies and gentlemen, he has retconned and lied yet again about WWE champions. We all know it's him, the proof is out there, but he still denies it. Even though he admitted on Side Scroller's interview that he still plays the game, he still puts money in the game, he's now saying that's all bullshit and it's all lies, and how the troll memes ruined his excitement, his passion for wrestling, even though he still plays WWE champions and spends hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. And the part that's gonna be hilarious is when he says, in the last 5 years, I stopped watching wrestling because of the trolls and the memes, and how every time I think about wrestling, I have that bad taste in my mouth, and it's because of the trolls. Now keep in mind as well, for the past 2 years, he's done his fantasy Royal Rumbles with his different characters and whatnot, but he hates wrestling, remember.
I got a $2 tip. Someone says, there's a game called Wrestling Empire on Steam. It's not affiliated with WWE, so it's like an indie game. It has a 95% rating. It would run on your mini PC and it costs $10 for the Steam Summer Sale. Well, there's two things about that. Number one, I don't actually care about pro wrestling anymore. I stopped watching it in 2020. I keep telling people this. I literally stopped watching pro wrestling in 2020. Okay, like I stopped caring about it entirely. And then for like 3 years after that, people kept asking me pro wrestling questions on stream, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't care, I don't follow pro wrestling anymore, you know? I did for a year or two there. I played the WWE games. It was okay, but not great. I don't feel like they really improved that much. We mostly were doing it for wrestling sims, which was nice for a little bit, but even that, the whole idea kind of wore out. I didn't even buy, last year I didn't buy the new one. I played the old one 2 years in a row for wrestling sims. This year, I didn't even care when it came out. I just ignored it. right? Like, I'm just not into it. That, number one, I'm just not into it anymore. That's the thing. Number two, as you know, the insane and negative troll memes about me about the stupid fucking mobile game that happens to be a wrestling game. That's another reason why I just don't care about wrestling anymore. Like, if anyone said wrestling, oh my god, WWE champions, they're morons. You know, it's like they foam up at the mouth and they start drooling all over the place. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. None of it's true. I don't pay any attention to it. Okay, so just talking about it gets idiots riled up. I don't even want to fuck with that. Like, there's no point. I don't want to create drama. And by the way, I'm probably not going to like it that much anyway, because again, I've actually, no exaggeration, in the last 5 years of my life, because of this detractor shit, I just don't care about pro wrestling anymore. I don't even like it. It's kind of giving me, you know how, okay. So, your whole life you liked shrimp. You thought they were delicious. And then one day you go to a shrimp restaurant and you get a bad batch, right? And you eat them and you get sick. Oh, God, it's the worst you've ever had. You're coming out of both holes, vomiting and shitting profusely, right? And you're sick for like 2 days because of it. Then what ends up happening is you get a negative association in your mind over shrimp. So even though you very well could go eat shrimp at a good place again, you never want shrimp ever again because all that you're reminded of is that bad experience you've had with the shrimp, right? So no exaggeration. When I think pro wrestling now, I just think about years of harassment, years of lies, years of bullshit that I've had to put up with and listen to and have no defense against because I don't have money to sue these fucking people for defamation. So I just got to sit here and take it. And then we got people who fucking, oh, I can't be a fan of Phil's anymore because of this. And none of it's true, but I have to deal with the repercussions of that. So it makes me like, I just don't enjoy wrestling anymore. You know, they actually killed any enjoyment I could have got out of it because they gave it this huge negative association in my head. I even think about it like, oh, drama, nonsense, toxicity, lies, and all the shit that I've had to put up with for so long, and I don't want to care about it anymore. You know, that's just the truth. It's sad, but true. So I just don't care about pro wrestling. I don't, even though this game very well could be really good, I don't care. I don't even want to fucking touch it with a 1,000,000-foot pole because I just don't want to deal with that bullshit again. I'm already done talking about it. I'm past it. I don't want to go back there. So I don't want to even fucking bring it up in order to have more morons get stirring it up again about the nonsense. Okay? Okay, hope you understand. I received a $5 tip from an anonymous.
Then DSP reported about a YouTuber being demonetized because he said the F word one time in the video and claims YouTube is going to do that going forward. If you use the F word, you will be demonetized. I don't think that's actually going to happen. But we have this from GoutGout. DSP is complaining about a YouTuber that got demonetized for the F word anytime. So we get a YouTube rant about how they don't speak English on chat. We also get a repeat of how DSP found a bug many years ago and YouTube wouldn't fix it till much later. And then he went on to say he doesn't give a feck about being demonetized. This is followed by a complaint that throwback videos have been demonetized, and no doubt will beg for money later. And then he went on this huge rant about YouTubers being children's entertainers and clowns and Muppets. And one thing in particular he went on to talk about is how they make all those stupid faces in the thumbnails. And as you can see on the screen here, Phil as Ken and Ryu, or Karen and Ryu. And what channel is this from? What detractor channel is this from? Oh, DSPGAMING, the biggest detractor of all. Then DSP started trying out the 3 thumbnail thing. So basically, you upload 3 thumbnails, YouTube decides which one does better, and they auto choose it for you. Dickstroke and Phil Vlogs, DSP not getting any inflated views based on him rotating 3 shit thumbnails for his videos, and justified it by saying he got an audience of ADD kids is fucking hilarious. A thumbnail can make or kill a video, dipshit. Your thumbnails are fucking AIDS. Then he went on to talk about Switch 2, and guess what guys? He's sneak begging for someone to buy him a Switch 2 so he can unbox it live on stream. Exciting content. I really hope history repeats itself and he bricks the Switch 2. And then I found this hilarious. Rent and Liar. DSP looks like the literal gas station bum that begs you for change so he can get a 40 ounce. Then DSP got some backlash. because he kept saying the video on Super Blind Man was demonetized. And he said he's not making money on it in any way. Then people found out he was getting super thanks on it. Now he's saying how he could potentially sue the detractors for defamation and slander. Hope you're ready for this wild ride, guys.
And to be quite honest, this year has been so much better for me than last year. I have completely and utterly stayed out of drama. 100%. Okay? That's great. That I avoided all the drama nonsense. It's actually gotten so good for me that now the people who obviously thrive off of the drama literally just have to invent things every day that don't happen, which is hilarious that they have to do that, you know? They literally make shit up. Like yesterday, now just to briefly breeze by this, 'cause I'm not going to focus on this because it really is just a fart in the wind to me. It's nothing. But yesterday, sadly, a former very longtime fan of mine passed away. And so I did a tribute video to this person because I used to be very friendly with them. I used to have conversations with them. They were very influential in the accessibility community for video games. So I made a 5-minute demonetized, well, not demonetized, unmonetized, separate tribute video on this channel for that person. Now, why did I do that? Because I've now been around for a long time, and I know that if you're going to do something like that, you absolutely make sure that it's not part of monetized content, right? If I'm going to do a tribute video to someone, no one should be making money or getting clicks and stuff based on that. It should just be a heartfelt tribute just for the sake of doing it because it's the right thing to do, right? I want to leave a remembrance of this person because they were special to me. And I think they were special people, a special person to a lot of people, and he deserves to be immortalized in a way by having someone talk about them in that way. So I made this video outside of my stream, outside of any other content, and I purposefully made it that was what I had to say, and I didn't talk about it all day long on purpose because I didn't want any monetization of any content regarding that, right? That's why I did it that way, okay? I uploaded the video before I even streamed yesterday, completely unmonetized, all right? And I went about my way during the day. And of course, again, like I said, there's nothing going on with me drama-wise at all. So what happens? Literally those unhinged, insane, greedy, insanely immoral people made lies up about it, saying that I monetized the video. Once again, I'm trying to make money off of the deceased and all of that. Literally zero realm of reality. Never happened. But they all said it in insanely lying, defamatory videos. What they don't realize is they could outright be fucking sued for it right now because it's 100% factually wrong. There's a difference between taking something that kind of happened on a stream and exaggerating it to make drama content, to make money on YouTube, or outright lying about someone because you want to make a buck. That's illegal. In no realm of reality can you do that, okay? Anyway, yeah, so the video's been demonetized, and it's funny because people leave in comments, why is this monetized? All you have to do is look at the video. There's no ads on it. It's not a monetized video. Like, what are you talking about, right? So here's the best part about it. So since it's not monetized, what happens is some people actually started calling it out and saying, wait a minute, it's not monetized. You outright made videos saying it was monetized when it's not. That's a lie. That could get you in trouble on YouTube. That could get you sued. What do you think you're doing? So guess what they did? They changed the narrative. Oh, well, what about super thanks? So it's monetized. What? Super thanks. You mean a feature that anyone who's partnered on YouTube has and is channel wide and you can't turn off on videos? What the fuck are you talking about? So you see what I mean? When the narrative gets pushed back to them, like, what are you talking about? You're completely dishonest scumbags. They then change the narrative to try to save face when in reality the narrative never existed to begin with, right? So, but this is what I mean. This is what they do when there's nothing going on. Because this year has been very good. There's been no drama. I've avoided, there was going to be drama, trust me. Like I said, that documentary that I almost was involved in, and I completely dodged that bullet and decided, you know, with, you know, a lot of good feedback from everyone, you know, from my family members, from you guys, everyone said, don't do it. And I said, you know what? That was a great choice. I got out of that, stopped it from happening, and here we are. And it's just been me making content all year. No drama. Man, they're trying. Let me tell you. And every day people come on my streams, oh, what about the review tech drama? Key logging, blah, blah, blah. What about, you know, Boogie and his cryptocurrency scams and shit. I don't care. Why would I care about any of that? Why are you even telling me about it? I have nothing to do with it. I don't involve myself with their bullshit. The thing is, people so desperately want to pull me into this LOLCOW narrative that doesn't exist. I'm not part of it. I have nothing to do with it. I'm my own guy making my own content, completely away from any of that circle of bullshit. I don't want to involve myself with that circle of bullshit. Whenever you ask me, I say no, 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 and we move on. You know what I'm saying? So I have nothing whatsoever to do with any of that shit. You can try as much as you want to pull me into it. It ain't gonna happen. I'm done. I'm so far removed and done with that nonsense, you know? So we're good, you know? If anything, I'm actually legitimately looking forward to this June the King documentary that's gonna come out about me in August. Because what I want to do is go down my entire history and look at the stuff that I've done that's both good and bad, and honestly react to it. I know a lot of it's gonna be bad. You know, when I was coming up as a YouTuber, particularly, there was absolutely no example of how to do it. There was no, oh, look at this guy who made it become a millionaire and here's how he did it, so follow his example. None of that existed. There were no YouTube millionaires, right? I was one of a group of burgeoning content creators during an era of, it was like the Wild West and no one knew what they were doing. So I know that I made an absolute ton of mistakes with the kind of stuff that I was doing back then. So I'm actually looking forward to doing it. It's going to give me good stuff to do on my React channel, which has kind of been pretty dead this year, besides DSP versus the internet. And now I just covered, you know, the Summer Game Fest and the Xbox Game Showcase. But outside of that, just hasn't been that much going on, right? So this will be opportunity for me, especially if it's as long as June the King is saying. This is going to be a 4-hour documentary. This is going to give me a chance to react long form to something. And I know it's going to be well done, even if he gets some stuff wrong, or even if the information he found is contradictory to actually what actually happened, which might happen. You know, the thing is, the stuff that I'm really expecting is how thoroughly he covers my past before YouTube, because none of it was documented. If you're talking about the Street Fighter community, no one really did anything to document that time. It was rare that someone would record a tournament. It was just a bunch of forum posts and shit talking in IRC chat rooms. Like, that was the Street Fighter community back then. You're gonna get a lot of hearsay. You're probably gonna get a lot of people say, oh, I don't like you. Well, I don't care if you liked me back then. The point was that I didn't want anyone to like me. I was supposed to be the heel of the community, right? So to reflect on that time.
And ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a new story? A new lie? You've heard the story of, he's just like me. Now, DSP is claiming that he's the one that made Yakuza popular in the West. That is right. He's the content creator that blew everything open, the very first one to do it, and it's all because of him.
I was watching your Yakuza 5 playthrough yesterday. I noticed it has high views. The first part is over 60K views. Why do you think that is? All I can tell you is what I was told. Okay? So back then, first of all, this was before I was an interactive live streamer. Yakuza 5 was a very long time ago. Probably about a decade ago. And basically back then, not a lot of people who were English speaking were doing full playthroughs of the Yakuza games on YouTube. There were people who were Japanese who had done full playthroughs on the internet, but in general, there weren't a lot of full English speaking playthroughs of the game. So watching me play the game opened up that series to a lot of people who maybe hadn't heard of it or hadn't been able to experience it for, you know, English speaking version. You know what I'm saying? And I think at that time, again, I was way more prominent a decade ago, right? I was way well known. I had way more views and everything. Playing a game like that exposed the franchise to a lot more people. There just weren't a ton of Let's Plays or playthroughs of Yakuza games on the internet at that point. They hadn't exploded in popularity yet. So when I played Yakuza 4 and 5, they actually got a ton of views. The funny part is, not immediately. When I first uploaded those playthroughs, they did not. It took months and months. And then all of a sudden, I guess what would happen is they would hit the algorithm the right way. And then all of a sudden, a lot of people would start watching them after the fact. And I would get a big boost in viewership like 3 months later for a playthrough I had done months before. So I never actively enjoyed that. It wasn't like I had tons of people watching live when I was streaming. or when I first was putting up those playthroughs, it kind of came after the fact. But then most most everything, two things happened. Yakuza exploded in popularity, and I declined in popularity. So there were way more people who knew what Yakuza was and wanted to play it, playthroughs, than just me, and everyone on the internet wanted to crap on me and say that I made terrible content, despite the fact that not true, but that's just what they wanted to believe because they wanted to bully someone. So people stopped watching my stuff, despite the fact that I've never stopped covering Yakuza, and I've covered every major game. I played Yakuza 4. Well, first of all, I played Dead Souls. Then I played 4. Then I played 5. Then I played 6. I played Kiwami, but then I stopped playing it, right? I only played a little bit of Yakuza Kiwami. I played 0, right? I played Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And what was the other one that I played that was the throwback game that played like you were a samurai? I played that one. And then recently, at the end of last year, I played the spin-off game starring Kazuma Kiryu that bridged the gap between Yakuza, Like a Dragon, and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. So I played all of those, right? All of them. And I love them. I still like the games. Even though Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth I felt wasn't as good as the one before. Still really enjoyed it. Had a great time with it. And I still love them. Listen, I'm not getting tons of views on anything I do anymore. It's not about that. But I'm happy that at one point, I mean, keep in mind, back in the day, people listened to me. Before I became the whipping boy and fucking negative meme of the internet, people actually listened to my things that I had to say. I made videos that were getting hundreds of thousands of views about like bills that were going to be passed in the United States that could change the internet forever and ruin things like YouTube or online gaming. I had that clout. And then I lost it because people decided to make me a joke because they thought they could get over doing it. There you go. You know, it's pretty much what happened in the last decade. But it is what it is. You know, I don't really, again, I'm happy where I am. I'm not sad that not a lot of people are watching my stuff anymore. But at the same time, yeah, it does suck that, you know, that was a franchise at the time. I really was showing Yakuza to a different audience who didn't know what it was, and it appealed to people. A lot of people say, oh, I watched your original playthroughs of those Yakuza games, and it got me to start playing the series and enjoying the series, so thank you for that, you know? But now that kind of shit doesn't happen anymore. It just doesn't, and there's nothing I can really do about it. That's how YouTube works.
So next up we have Gout Gout. Let's compare Yakuza 4 on YouTube from what I found. So this is how I was introduced to Yakuza, was through Super Best Friends Play, which was two best friends play first. Matt and Pat had something special. Like, there was magic there, and I still love their separate stuff, but them together, oh my god, it was so good. And as you can see, the lowest views they ever got was 109,000 views, and the biggest of this bunch was 156,000 views. Now let's see how DSP's views were. Let's see, the highest that he ever got was 5.8k views in this bunch. I don't know, 150k versus 5.8k. I wonder who influenced them more, Phil. And then DSP decided to play Bison all day to try and get him to master. And we have Otter. I don't think DSP is going to get Bison to master today. We've gone from 24,125 to 23,885 from when we started ranked matches, and on the verge of going back to 4 stars. And then Street Fighter 6 was very low supported. And you know when that happens, the bags come out, the guilt trips. Otter. DSP begs for support, as we haven't had any support since the game started, and Phil would like to get the Bison hat as we're playing Street Fighter. Then some of you thought I was joking about the eye drops and the blink breaks, but here we are, Gout Gout. Eye drops during day stream. Love whoever told him to look in the corners.
Is the one that burns the most. Wait, I don't know how this one works. I haven't used it yet. This one isn't as good as my other one. The other one drops better than this. There we go. Right in. Stupid thing wouldn't drop. It's like it's holding on to the drop and not releasing it. Like, come on. Give me the goddamn eye drop. Oh, that's good advice. OMG says, try looking at the corners of your room. That's what's furthest away from you. That helps the eyes. Okay. That's good advice, I feel. Thank you. Cool. Dang thing wouldn't come out. Like, is it ever gonna come out? How much do I have to squeeze this stupid thing? Alright. Other eye. There we go. Perfect.
Pigroach is so regarded, he doesn't even know how to use eye drops. That is just sad. And then the Argentina brothers and sisters were out in full force. So we have 50-member BAM goal met. Stop begging. Super Blind Man Ghost, stop monetizing my death. You suck so bad at Street Fighter. Then Phil told everyone, if he gets heated, you have to tell him to chill. You have to tell him to settle down. Imagine, a 42-year-old man has to tell an audience to tell him to chill out. And we have Jade here. Hey bud, when go mad, remember, chill. Which then immediately became a meme. Hey bud, when go mad, remember, chill. Then we have a quote about the low support from DSP. Guys, please support the stream. I'm not going to keep mentioning it, but we only have 90 minutes left. And we literally only have $9 out of the standard goal. So, then we also have this. Remember, BAM. I found your Street Fighter 6 inputs, and I'm holding them hostage. Super Blind Man here. Super Thanks is monetizing DSP. And we also have Fat Cat and Brian abandon beggar Phil. But you know what? Let's be fair here. Let's see how he actually did in the game. So we have this from Meow Block. Bitch gave up and expected the other person to just sit there and wait.
Well, as you can see, guys, I wasn't playing. There's some moron in chat, and it's more important. I had to take care of it, so I lose the match. Not even playing. The person's so dumb they didn't even realize I wasn't playing. I mean, that's how brain-dead idiot these fucking people are. You didn't even realize I wasn't there playing, huh?
And then we have the Freak in the Fedora. Imagine moaning about running to Bison and Akuma a lot in ranked when they're new characters. Spoiler alert, when Terry, May, Alina come out, rank will be full of those characters. And he was begging all stream, and we got this. YouTube mode off, immediate guilt trip.
Until next time, oh boy. Well, the other disappointment, of course, guys, as you see, this is the least supported Street Fighter 6 stream I have done in months. We didn't even get halfway to the tips call. You tell me what happened, right? I have no fucking idea. So, very disappointing, because not only was I stressed out the entire fucking time, you know, and then it's one of the least supported streams, so I don't know what to say anymore. I can't predict anything. Half the time, things go really well. People were excited to have me wearing the Bison hat for a couple streams. Now it's like, no one wants to see me play it again. I give up trying to figure shit out. Really.
And Phil also said during the stream, he needs to take a special break in between Street Fighter matches because his unchecked, uncontrollable Tard Rage is raising his blood pressure. I'm just... No fucking streamer talks like this. Not one, zero, none. Then, as DSP said, this is the least supported Street Fighter 6 stream. We have JG Win. DSP was correct when he said today was the least supported Street Fighter 6 stream in months. Looks like the last time he had a worse Street Fighter 6 stream was the night stream on January 16th, 2024. And then we see on that stream he got $15 and $13 of Super Chat. And then we get the Riven, the game nobody asked for and nobody wants to watch. It's a puzzle game with Darkside Phil playing it, so what he figured was that everyone's going to come out, tip him to tell him what to do, how to solve problems. It didn't quite work out that well. Off the bat, he started messing with the settings, and it almost made me sick just watching it, more than usual. DSP fucking up the settings for Riven. I'm gonna get sick watching this. Then it was boring as hell, but we had a couple bright moments, and this is one of them. Character gives DSP a book. 20 seconds later, DSP is locked in a cage and someone grabs the book from him. Where did that book come from? Did he take it from me? I think he took it from me. I wonder where it came from. 16 years of content creation, guys. That is not looking very good. So JG Win puts this out. June 2024 was the worst tips month for DSP so far this year. So far. He fell below February 2024, and that was a short month. That's really bad. He fell below May 2024, which was saved by a fundraiser. Without the critically important game tracker, Jack's Bucks, he was way below June 2023. Of course, that's when they tried to do the vest streak again. So we have months of interest comparison. February 2024, tips 3,831. May 2024, tips 4,844. June 2023, tips 5,765. June 2024, tips 3,796. So when you compare June 2024 versus June 2023, that is down 34.15%. And when you look at June 2024 compared to May 2024 month over month, that's a drop of 21.63%. It's not looking very good, Philly boy. But guys, if you like that, click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe my other channels on the details or the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.